Hey guys, so it's time to talk about the best forwards currently in Hockey Ultimate Team. In this video, I'm going to cover the best left-handed and right-handed wingers as well as centermen. This is merely a guide if you are looking for a ranking essentially of the best cards. This is not taking value or the ability to actually get the card. This is simply what to shoot for if coins were not an issue and a card availability wasn't an issue. There's a ton of honorable mentions because it is launch of the game, so there is not a lot of separation at the top. So cards like the X Factor Austin Matthews or Leon Draisaitl, while they're very good cards right now, they'll have their day in a few months when they keep getting upgraded. Again, as always, let me know what you think in the comments section down below. And if you haven't already, make sure you join the Discord. The Discord link is also down below. We've got 3,000 members. It is the most active HUT community that there is. So make sure you join the Discord if you want to talk all things HUT, look for trades, all that kind of stuff. It's in the Discord down below. All right, let's get into it. All right, I want to talk about some honorable mentions first. We're going to start with Steven Stamkos. He comes just outside the top 4 in terms of right-handed wingers, and he's a little bit down the list in terms of centerman just because of his face-off rating. Extremely good card, but again, guys, like I said, I just want to shout out some of the cards that aren't going to make this list. It does not mean that they are bad. It just means that we're so early on that there isn't enough separation at the top. Another honorable mention would be Teemu Selanne. I know I'm going to get a lot of questions about this one. The reason being that he does not make the top 4. The 93 speed, 93 acceleration is obviously tops in the game, or very, very close to it, and gold wheels on someone who has 93 speed is absolutely nuts. The issue here with most icon cards, is that their endurance is so low at launch of the game that you can basically get one rush out of these cards before they come basically 87 overall skaters. That's the reason why he doesn't make the top 4 right now. This is a phenomenal card. I personally wouldn't go and grab the value. He is very, very good, but there are a few reasons. Once you get into the normal rivals, so if you're playing the 4-minute periods or HUT champs, you're going to notice endurance a lot more. I know a lot of people that played Rivals Burst obviously loved him because it was a lot quicker periods. You only played your top 6 essentially, so it scaled a little bit differently. But Teemu Selanne just outside the top 4. Continuing on with our honorable mentions, Austin Matthews just falls outside the top 4 for centerman. He's a lot better than prior years. His shot is almost automatic. Like, he is one of the best shooters in the game. There is something about him and like Connor McDavid's skating that are just different than other cards regardless of their attributes. The reason why he doesn't crack the top 4 is because at centerman you need a decent face-off rating or an ability that will help. So quick draw would be, or truculence would be the ones that I would be looking for. His skating is fine at 89 across the board essentially, but he just falls out of that top 4 for centerman. So again, extremely good card, and as the season goes along, he will be in the top 4, but just at launch. All right, we're gonna kick things off with right-handed wingers, and coming in at number 4 is the 84 X Factor Matthew Barzal. This card is one of the most fun to use, and you're gonna notice a theme here, and it might be play style, but again, you guys are looking for my input, and this, I'm going to give you the reasons why I think that he is among the best and why this kind of player is early on. The way that NHL 23 plays is quite a bit different than 22, obviously, but there is a lot more emphasis on creating time and space with the player as opposed to 22. Defense is extremely difficult because knocking people off the puck early on just does not seem to be nearly as easy. Elite Edges is just one of the best zone abilities and most noticeable. If you get into the offensive zone and someone is putting even a little bit of pressure on you in the corners, you can do some crazy stuff with cards like Matthew Barzal. His shot is a lot better than something I've noticed because he's only in the mid 80s, but that far side shot or being able to pick a corner with him, it has been great. So as of right now, I have him inside the top 4. Again, let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Coming in at number 3 among right-handed wingers is the team builder Owen Nolan. 6'1", 89 speed, 89 acceleration, shots above 90. The reason why he cracks that top 3 here is close quarters is such a good ability, especially for NHL 23. I've talked about it a lot. That low far side pad shot, trying to create rebounds. If you have someone that has close quarters, they can take a full powered and accurate shot no matter how the puck lands on their stick. So if you're trying to bang home a rebound, they can get a full accurate shot as if they were setting it. Just a phenomenal ability ability there. On top of that, early on in the game, everyone is going with the smaller kind of, shiftier builds, a lot like Matthew Barzal, and for good reason. But what they give up for that in 23 is the ability to knock people off the puck and create those stumble animations and really get the puck back in their own zone. Owen Nolan has an extreme ability to do that. So his body checking is up at 88. If you go to bump someone in the defensive zone, it's very, very noticeable. So that's why Owen Nolan does land at number 3 among right-handed wingers. Number 2 among right-handed wingers is the 88 X Factor, Nathan McKinnon, always among one of the best cards in this game. 95 speed with fly the zone activated, 93 acceleration, and 91 agility. This is basically the big boy version of Matthew Barzal. His defensive awareness as well, once you get some of the synergies on, is up 93, and his body checking is 84. And because of the new face-off minimum that they put on centerman, he can play center for you. Just one of the best cards in the game. He will remain one of the best cards in the game. You really can't find that speed at that size. So just a phenomenal card. He comes in at number 2. And then number 1 among right-handed wingers, the same as it's been for the last 4 years, it seems, is the Mario Lemieux, the early 90s Mario Lemieux. So I have the 89 version. He does have distributor or workhorse. If you get these activated, he's got his acceleration up to 95. Speed is 93. His shot is in the low to mid 90s. Deking is all at least at 94. I play him at center right now just because of how my team is done. There are some better sentiment. He is more effective on the wing. I've actually noticed ankle breaker a little bit more, and I'm going to have a video that shows breaking the puck in, some offensive tips that are going to be coming up, and I think I've found the way to utilize ankle breaker now that I can actually notice it. So again, watch out for that video. But Mario Lemieux at 6'4", 225, even though his body checking is only 78, he can really run people over because of his size. Just gives you such an advantage. The problem is that he's 1.5 million, and you're going to be chasing him all year because it is so rare to grab him. But he is the best right-handed winger in the game, in my opinion. All right, on to centerman. We're going to start with the 88 Spotlight, Jared McCann at number 3. 6'1", does have 86 on the draw with Thief. Thief is kind of what separates him and gets him into that top 4. Without it, I think that there's a lot of other options. Even Austin Matthews, I think, would kind of sneak in here. 91 speed, 91 acceleration, as well as 90 agility if you get Thief activated. It's unstoppable force that really puts him inside the top 4. Again, it is very hard to get the puck back early on in this game. Again, because defenders as well, not just forwards, utilizing the smaller ones is kind of the play right now because of their skating. So if you've got someone like Cale Makar and you're trying to bump someone off the puck with Jared McCann, and if they have unstoppable force on, good luck. In front of the net, he's just very, very effective. So this would be my number 4 centerman, Jared McCann. Coming in at number 3 is the 88 Edmonton Oilers and Mark Messier. Again, one of the more rare cards. You're really not going to see this, not just because it's very hard to pull Mark Messier, but because that you have to use him to trade in for Mario Lemieux and Gretzky, meaning that this might be one of the most rare cards in the game because of that. It's gold truculence and unstoppable force, and the fact he can get to 89 speed with fly the zone. He's got 90 face-offs, body checking's 87, shot is all around 91. This is a great card in the offensive zone and defensive zone. I think as the year goes along, again, there's going to be cards that pass him just because they only go up by +1 every single month. So on the first of every month, the icons will roll over and get their next tier. But if you can get this card and you've got Mario and Gretzky, then you're laughing because, again, that truculence is just such a impactful ability, especially because early on, nobody has it. So he is number 3 among centermen. Number 2 among centermen is the 89 team builder, Olli Jokinen. Again, just a phenomenal center build. Does have Thief, gets his face-offs up to 91. It's quick draw that really sets him apart here. I will have a face-off video coming out within the next week. I really wanted to take my time to put it together. A lot of people have asked me while I'm on stream how I'm able to call out exactly what an opponent is going to do. Quick draw allows you to basically dictate almost exactly how it is going to go in the defensive zone as well. But 89 speed, 89 acceleration is a good shot. I've used him. I really, really enjoy this card. And again, it's quick draw that sets him above Mark Messier. If you are doing a team builder, I will say I don't know if Olli Jokinen's still the best one to do, just because he will be replaced replaceable. There will be a lot of other centermen that get quick draw that are faster, for example, but no matter what, if you made him, he's very safe because of quick draw. You can play him on the third or fourth line basically all year. So there you go, the 89 Olli Jokinen. And then number 1 is the Edmonton Oilers, Wayne Gretzky. Now, normally, I actually don't like him all that much at center because he's not overly big. But again, when you combine everything on this card, he's got 87 on the draw, speeds at 93, shots at 93, hand stats above 94. It's elite edges, an unstoppable force. If you get him in around the net, the ability to wrap out in front, like, this might be one of the most overpowered combinations in the game. Good face-off rating, like just an all-around great card. I think that you could take advantage of him on center as opposed to a little bit more than on left wing because of some of the left wing options that are out there. So if you're able to get Wayne Gretzky, congrats. You're gonna have one of the best cards all year round. All right, on to left-handed wingers. We're going to start with the 85 X Factor Dylan Larkin. If you've been in my streams or watched my videos this year, you know how much I love this card. Gold wheels and elite edges. Again, once you combined those with the 93 speed, it is wild. You can do some great stuff with this Dylan Larkin card. He is so much fun. His base card as well is very good, and I've used his 85 Play of the Year card without elite edges, and I still notice him just as much. There are some other options around the bottom here that could crack the top 4, and honestly, one of the most surprising might be Kendall Coyne. There's a, kind of a play or the way that you can create offense is essentially just straight lining through the neutral zone, and cards like that are extremely effective. But this Dylan Larkin card is great. The X Factor, I don't know if I would buy it. Like, I don't think I would go out and buy his X Factor tradable if you are someone who is free to play, or even if you spent money on the game. I don't think it's worth it. Just wait for the next few cards to come out. But if you can get him in an X Factor pack and it doesn't have, Connor McDavid or McCarr, McKinnon, or Matthews, he might be the next one. So, great card here at number 4. Coming in at number 3 is the 89 Keith Tkachuk, 6'2", with silver close quarters, relentless, and born leader. So again, I talked about it a little bit earlier with Owen Nolan, just the size. His ability to crush people off the puck early on is very, very noticed. Close quarters is a phenomenal ability, and if he's inside your top 6 on your top 2 lines, which for the most part of the player base he would be, born leader is a great ability early on in game. It loses its value as the year goes along, but the ability to basically score with him and then throw out your line right again is very, very effective. So when you mix everything together, the fact that he's 6'2", 232, he's not losing the puck. He's been a really fun card to use. He comes in at number 3. Number 2, and this is all personal preference, guys, the 88 Johnny Gaudreau. Again, this is going to come down to play style, but my goodness, what you can do in the corner, he's like a puppet master. If you can get someone to actually put some pressure on you, the spins, the dekes, the cuts, what you can do with his card is great. The 93 agility, I think this year more than any other year, agility is almost more important than acceleration with the ability to create offense with it. If he had gold elite edges, he might be one of the best cards in the game. He's up there right now still. Defensively, very bad. Like, it is tough. So again, it's going to depend on your play style, but he's extremely fast. His shot is great, especially far side. So number 2 is the 88 Johnny Gaudreau. I bet no one thought that was coming. Again, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I'm always, whatever card's biggest, essentially. Johnny Gaudreau's been nuts. And then number 1, debt taxes and Connor McDavid being the best card in the game. 95 speed, 95 acceleration, and 94 agility. You mix all that in with wheels, and good luck. There's a reason why this card is going for 1.2 million. This is a card to chase all year round. Eventually, he's going to get Team of the Year. I'd be stunned if anyone else gets it. I know a lot of people think Matthews will, but there's a real shot that Connor puts up 60 points before January 1st, and I don't know if Matthews can do that. So, Connor McDavid, don't overthink it. He is unbelievable on the wing. You could even play him at center, again, because of that face-off rating at 83, and you can put Thief on him, which gets it up even higher if you want to play him at center, but take advantage of his speed down the wing. This is the best left-handed winger in the game. All right, guys, so that is going to do it for today's video, ranking all of the best forwards in the game currently. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. I will do a defense and goaltender one as well, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.